October 31st, 1952, one of the biggest and most infamous train robberies in U.S. history took place. This heist was executed by a well-planned criminal gang who managed to steal a massive fortune from a Southern Pacific Railroad train. Here's a detailed breakdown of the events. The crime. The Southern Pacific Railroad train was carrying approximately $5.7 million in cash, gold, and valuable commodities. This amount was the equivalent of about $50 million today after adjusting for inflation. The shipment was extremely valuable, which made it a prime target for thieves. Planning the heist. The criminals behind the robbery had done their homework. They studied the train's route, its schedule, and the way the cargo was being transported. The robbers even had insider knowledge about the train's schedule and the timing of its stops, which made the heist easier for them to plan. They knew that the train would be traveling through remote areas where it would be harder for law enforcement to respond quickly. Execution of the robbery. The gang set their plan in motion on the evening of October 31st, 1952. Here's how they carried out the robbery. 1. Blocking the train. The robbers positioned their vehicles under a bridge along the train's route. This stopped the train in its tracks and prevented it from continuing its journey. 2. Boarding the train. Once the train was halted, the robbers boarded it. They were armed and quickly overpowered the crew and any passengers. They were careful not to cause panic and ensured that no one could alert authorities during the heist. 3. Looting the train. The criminals went through the cargo and made off with millions of dollars in cash, gold, diamonds, and currency. They managed to escape without leaving much evidence behind. The aftermath. The authorities were shocked when they discovered the robbery. A massive investigation was launched immediately. Despite their best efforts, the gang was well organized and had planned every step carefully. This made it difficult for law enforcement to catch them. Some of the robbers were eventually caught, but the leader of the operation was never apprehended. Many of the stolen goods were never recovered, and the true extent of the robbery was only fully realized after a thorough investigation. Significance of the robbery. The 1952 Southern Pacific Train Robbery became one of the largest and most sophisticated robberies in U.S. history due to its planning, execution, and the massive fortune that was stolen. The fact that the robbers managed to avoid capture for a long time added to the legend of this heist. Even today, this robbery is remembered as a classic example of organized crime and remains a subject of interest in discussions about train robberies and heists.